Hello, everyone. Welcome to one more exciting episode of Listen to Young Minds. Before I start today's episode, I just want to share something with all of you. Whenever we think that we have to record any podcast with any students, so all the time I think that what topic should I record? It should be of interest to everyone. And whenever I keep on thinking like this, the kids they always gives me a level higher of just amazing feeling because the topic with which they come up to me that yes, let's discuss on this topic, it's really phenomenal. And I still remember when we started this podcast in the month of January, just few months before, then I was having just few topics in my mind that probably these are the potential topics on which we'll record the podcast. But I actually feel so surprising that we have done so much diverse range of topics with you kids. And yes, it all could be possible because of your efforts, because of your interest, and because of your different level of expertise in varied areas. So one such different topic we are going to discuss with our today's guest, and he want to discuss so many things about interstellar traveling. Yes, he want to, I don't know what he want to do, but he want to discuss in depth the physics, the science, the challenges, the researches, each and everything. So I'll not just down your excitement. Let's welcome our today's guest, and he's going to discuss everything about interstellar travel. That's a very interesting topic, I believe, for many of you. So let's welcome our guest today's Atharva. So hello everyone. Let's welcome our today's guest, Mr. Atharv. आई
Yeah.
शुड डेफिनेटली से कि है तो इतना छोटा सा बच्चा, लेकिन डिस्कस अभी करेगा आपके साथ इंटरस्टेलर ट्रेवल. इसकी हाइट और इसकी एज से भी ज्यादा बड़ा टॉपिक. बट बिफोर आई डिस्कस दिस टॉपिक विद दिस यंग बॉय, I believe first of all I am and I believe you all are interested to know about his introduction. So Athar, please introduce yourself first.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Atharva. I'm 12 years old and I have a keen interest in physics. Yeah, I study in class 8th, but I think there is no bound to the knowledge you can obtain. Yeah.
True, Athar. Any hobbies other than physics or other than studies?
Yeah, cricket and football.
No.
And I also like to solve puzzles, play chess.
Play chess. Okay. I can see so many connections in your introduction towards your interest in the physics because I have seen many kids who like to play chess. They are having some inclination towards the scientific concepts and just understanding the different phenomena which occurs in the universe. So that's good, Athar. Okay, I'm coming back to this very interesting topic because I am so interested in this topic. I believe every child in the entire planet after this Chandrayaan 3 mission, the many student wants to know more about this interstellar travel. So first of all, I want to know from you straightforward that what is the basic physical barrier? Though you said that you are interested in physics, so explain in a basic manner that according to physics, what are the specific barrier because of which the people still feel that interstellar travel is not possible. Or I believe if first, before explaining to this answer, if you can just quickly give a brief overview that what is this travel is, what we call interstellar travel. And then you can explain about this, what are the physical barriers.
Well, interstellar travel would be basically traveling to other stars and other systems in search for habitable planets or colonizing other planets. So that's basically it.
Okay.
And the question you asked of the physical barriers of interstellar travel, well, I'll knock out the obvious ones. The vast distances. The closest stars that we can observe from our telescopes as well, such as Alpha Centauri, are light years away, making travel time spanning decades to centuries, which is not feasible with current technology.
Okay.
And there is the space speed limit. Einstein theory of relativity suggests that objects with mass cannot exceed the speed of light, requiring an impossible amount of energy to reach such speeds.
Okay.
And for the energy, there's the energy challenge.
Mhm.
Our current energy sources fall far short of the immense power needed to accelerate a spacecraft to the speed needed.
Okay. So three
And
challenges you are telling now. Any other challenge?
yeah, and there are some challenges which is not commonly known.
Mm-hmm.
First is the effect of relativity. As a spacecraft nears light speed, time dilation and mass increase drastically. This causes difficulty in navigation, communication, and may also cause health challenges for travelers.
Okay.
And there are the cosmic hazards, uh, not necessarily radiation, but even the tiny particles become high energy projectiles at high speeds, potentially causing catastrophic damage to the spacecraft.
Okay.
And there's the communication lag. If you're light years away from Earth, it is harder to communicate to Earth from any planet. That is why it is harder to send humans there without any guarantee of communication or obtaining information from them.
Okay. So various challenges you have depicted in terms of time, energy, communication, many things you have just quoted here. I want to know some basics before I move to the advanced question. You use one term, that Einstein's theory of relativity. I just want to know, so that everyone can understand this conversation. Can you just briefly differentiate between what is general relativity and special relativity?
Yeah, so special relativity, formulated by Einstein, deals with the effects on motion, on space and time, and gravity is not a factor. It introduces concepts like time dilation and length contraction. For
Okay.
example, a
Mhm.
fast moving spaceship's clock ticks slow relative to a stationary observer's clock, as described with the famous twin paradox, which I'm sure you may have heard of. It is a long topic, which does not have a straight answer, and it would be really hard to get into it right now. I
Mm.
can explain some other examples. I'll get to that later.
Okay.
But then I'll explain general relativity.
Mm-hmm.
General relativity, also by Einstein, extends special relativity to include gravity's influence on space-times. It explains gravity as the curvature of space-time caused by mass and energy. So it basically defines gravity as a form of curvature, not rather an energy or a force. Example, I think you may have seen this experiment on YouTube, that there's a trampoline
Mm-hmm.
and there's this professor who puts a large basketball in the center of the trampoline. It bends the trampoline in the middle and causes curvature and a slope-like structure to form in the entire trampoline. So if I throw in a smaller ball in the trampoline, like a tennis ball, it would slowly gravitate towards the bigger ball as it has caused a curvature. This
Okay.
is the entire concept of general relativity, that gravity is not a force, but a bend in space-time.
Interesting. Very interesting. And Athar, that would also be great if you can just send me the link of that video which you are just referring. So I will put the link of that video in the description. If any student want to understand more, they can definitely go into that.
Yeah, surely. And I'll also send some notes so that
Mhm.
you can go through anything that I just said.
Yeah, that would be great because this topic is going to be little intense, I believe. Okay, one more term you used here. You talked about time dilation, and you again mentioned that that is also the Einstein's theory of relativity, the time dilation topic. And this time dilation, because I believe that everybody would not be able to understand this thing. So, how this time dilation would affect the interstellar travels?
Now it's really hard to explain directly from interstellar travel.
Hmm.
I'll try to give an example.
Okay.
Imagine a train moving at a significant fraction of the speed of light. Lightning strikes on the front and the back of the train simultaneously,
Okay.
as if shot from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
However, due to time dilation from special relativity, an observer on the train sees the lightning at the front first and the lightning at the back second. This is because time appears to slow down for objects in motion relative to a stationary observer. And this is only because that the train is moving towards one bolt of lightning and away from the other. And I think now I can explain the impact on interstellar travelers. If interstellar travelers could approach the speed of light, time dilation would become significant. A journey that feels short to the travelers due to the relativistic perspective could span decades or centuries for observers on Earth. This means that while the travelers experience less time passing, they would return to a future Earth that has aged considerably. So there is a movie that I like to recommend for understanding time dilation. It's called Interstellar. It was released in 2014. It's a great film for understanding relativity, interstellar travel, and all that stuff.
ओके तो अगर मैं टाइम डायलेशन को समझने की कोशिश करूं इन द मीनिंग ऑफ योर एक्सप्लेनेशंस तो फॉर एग्जांपल देयर इज वन पर्सन हु इज गोइंग टू स्पेस जितना टाइम फॉर एग्जांपल अगर उसने स्पेस में 24 आवर्स स्पेंड किए फॉर एन एग्जांपल so that 24 hours on the earth would be much 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 more than that 24 hours. Is
Yeah.
that the basic explanation of time dilation?
Yeah, that would be the basic concept of time dilation. Time is relative to every gravitational object.
Okay.
Yes.
तो जो अभी तक हम कहते हैं कि टाइम तुम्हारे लिए भी एक सा है मेरे लिए भी एक सा है but the concept of time dilation does not equate with this. Is that
Yeah.
so?
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, now we are going interesting. Good. Okay, so now just explain me Atharva furthermore that now we just assume that some humans are going to this space and just assume that if any human is in the space environment for the longer duration, okay, and just consider there are zero gravity as you are also mentioning. So what will happen to that human being? Means he's in the space environment, there is zero gravity and it could be some radiations as well. So do you think that this kind of interstellar travel would be good for the human being or not? I just want to understand. Maybe it's imaginary, but I just want to understand.
Well, there are a lot of things that's harmful for humans in space. And the first one would be unexpected zero gravity. Zero gravity or microgravity that we can experience in space shuttles. Muscles weaken due to this, as your muscles and bones are experienced to Earth's gravity. They're not experienced to zero gravity. So after some duration of time, your muscles would weaken and your bones would lose density. Fluid shifts cause facial puffiness and cardiovascular changes occur. The balance problem lies due to lack of gravity's effects. And I think the best example would be in the Apollo missions in 1969, when the scientists came back to Earth, they had trouble walking for 11 days straight because of the different gravitational changes that occurred in their journey.
Okay.
Yeah, I can send the video of that as well.
Great.
Yeah.
And maybe there was muscle weakening as well, which you are just telling. So
Yeah,
because it was a muscle weakening and bone density reduced, maybe because of that, they were feeling difficulty in walking as well.
Yeah, exactly. That is why.
Okay.
And there is radiation.
Yeah,
Prolonged exposure to cosmic and solar radiation damages cells and increases cancer risk. I think we all know that radiation is one of the primary causes of cancer.
Yes.
Radiation also affects organs and especially the brain, and may also affect cognitive functions.
Okay. So there are tremendous hazards if the people are going into this space.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, tell me, Athar, that this is the era of AI. This is the era of robotics. Okay. And the technologies are getting advanced day by day, every day. So, do you think that the AI and the robotics, if both these branches of science are combined together, so we can just avoid sending the humans to the space, definitely, because there is a huge risk
Yeah.
involved. And do you see any future in this particular area when we are talking about space travel, or I say interstellar travel? So, do you think that AI and robotics, it would make this kind of researches and this kind of voyages and this kind of journeys would be easier without risking the human lives? What you foresee in the future?
Well, in the next 1 or 2 decades, it would reduce human intervention, but it would not completely remove it. Maybe in 100 years or so it will. But autonomous systems, well, AI driven robots can perform the task independently, which would reduce human intervention
Mm-hmm.
and long distance control.
Okay.
Remote operated probes with AI allow precise exploration from afar, avoiding human travel risks like human error, miscalculating the journey to, like, let's say Mars. The journey to Mars, the shortest journey to Mars is 2 months. And let's say we don't want the explorers, the astronauts, to age in that time. So we can put them in cryo chambers and let the probes calculate the journey to Mars and get us there.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a great help to the astronauts currently going in space.
That would save a lot of human lives and all the potential damages which are happening.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
if I try to understand, that would be the potential benefit of AI. Means whatever, whenever we are saying that AI will just replace so many things, there will be certain dangers associated with AI. But yes, if we start seeing, there are many positive aspects as well of the technology. So definitely in space travel, it can play a major role. But again, yeah, you are telling a lot of things, and I believe so many notes would be there in the description section of this particular video. But I just want to understand something from you again. We understand that there are definitely so many challenges, so many risks are associated. And in addition to that, the researchers, the companies, the organizations, the government, they are investing huge amount of resources if you want to fund such kind of research. So do you think that going to the other planets, or maybe when we are talking about interstellar travels, so do you think that these kind of researches are necessary? That is the first question, because it requires lots of resources. And do you also think that the money, the amount of resources which are being invested in funding such kind of researches can be invested somewhere else? Because there are other issues as well on this planet which we need to address. So, do you think actually there is a need to fund such kind of research?
Well, there is no correct answer to this. Of course, there are many problems on the earth that need solving and could use the funding. Well, let's make a pro con list.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the pros would be the scientific progress. Advancement in interstellar technology could lead to innovations with broad applications. Well, during the Apollo missions, they discovered a machine accidentally called the MRI,
Oh.
which is extremely helpful in current day for identifying many problems without even using X-rays.
Hmm. So, should I call it accident or should I call it incidentally? Because that's a benefit we got from that mission.
Well, yeah, I think we should call it an incident,
Yes,
happy incident.
definitely. Mm-hmm. Good incident.
And I think this would cause a global unity.
Hmm.
Ambitious projects foster international collaboration and address shared challenges. Well, those shared challenges would be the fact that the earth is overpopulating right now.
True.
Mankind was born on earth. It was never meant to die on it.
True. 100% true.
If you were following the news, they announced that the Chandrayaan 3, the space exploration, the space moon exploration mission of India, is just one step in making a moon base that could further the interests of interstellar travel and even colonizing our own solar system.
True. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
there's always the inspiration aspect. Exploration efforts can ignite curiosity and attract interest in the critical fields, like what we are doing right now.
True, 100% true, Athar. And that is, I believe, that is the best answer you are giving now, because human beings are so inquisitive, are so curious. And whatever is unexplored, we want to explore that. I do not know what would be lying there. I don't know what possibilities would be there. But until unless I do such kind of explorations, how would I come to know what possibilities are lying there? So I believe
Exactly.
that is, yes, exactly. That is the wonderful objective which is behind all these kind of explorations which you are telling. If the man would not think to go and explore the moon, how we will come to know that these kind of things are existing? So very rightly you are mentioning the inquisitive nature, the inspirations, the explorations, these all are needed.
Yeah. You missed 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, Atharv, the last thing I want to know, what is where do you see in the near future this kind of interstellar travel? Okay,
Uh,
I'm giving you one imaginary situation. If you got a chance to travel somewhere, where you would like to travel?
where would I like to travel?
Hmm. You have everything. You have the best equipped spacecraft. You have everything. Where you will travel?
I think it would be the Alpha Centauri system.
And why?
Yeah, it is magnificent there. From what I've researched on it, there are two stars, and it and if you were on one of the planets in the Alpha Centauri system, it would look like there are two suns, one sunset and one sunrise.
Oh
I
my God.
think it would be beautiful.
What an imagination. Actually, this I want to see. When you was telling that I want to go and I want to see the two stars in front of me, one is rising, one sun is going towards sunset. वो जो spark आया था तुम्हारे face पे ना, that was phenomenal, and I believe that is the purpose of these kind of explorations. So I wish you all the best, that if there is something which we can keep always igniting inside us, no matter what would be the result, but at least this curiosity nature, exploration, that what lies behind that, what lies above that. So that curiosity nature is highly important. I know that this topic is so vast, so in depth. There are a lot of science, a lot of technicalities involved in this topic. But still, thank you so much, Athar. At least you break down this topic to certain extent so that people can start correlating with certain terms. I can still remember you talked about the relativity, the time dilation, which are the two important concepts which everybody needs to understand. And definitely, you told that you will share with me the notes and some supportive videos that also I'll post along with this particular episode. Anything else, Athar, which you like to say? Because we are going to end this episode for.
Yeah. So the earlier question you asked for the like it if it is beneficial to invest in space travel,
Mhm.
there were some points I wanted to talk about the cons
Mhm.
basically. So I think you could edit that part in after
Yes,
the post.
yes, yes.
Yes, the first would be the resource competition. This I am going back to the Apollo missions a lot for these examples, but they are very good examples for the points I'm talking about. So, am I audible?
Yes, perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah. So during the Apollo missions, there was a space race to go to the moon, and Russia got to it first, made the first soft landing on the moon, and the USA made the first soft landing with humans on the moon. I think we all know that. But this space race depleted the funds of the USSR, which was the earlier name of Russia back in that era. It depleted the financial resources of the USSR, and it was really a dark time for that country. And this resource competition could divert funds to interstellar travel and cause another space race, which might hinder urgent global issues that need resolving.
True, 100%. Very right observation you are giving here. Because the issues are unlimited in front of all of us, but yes, exploration is also one of the important tasks which at least this entire universe has to do, certainly. Beautifully
And
quoted. Yes, Adhar. Yes, you have few more points to tell. Please
yeah, I
continue.
just have a few more points.
Yes.
There, I think the best way would be to take a balanced approach. Strategic investment, like don't spend your money in one place, kind of thing, and global collaboration. Right now, we are fighting over basic resources, fighting wars over basic resources. If that is resolved, interstellar travel would reach great heights because of this.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so I think this would summarize everything that I have to say.
Perfect. And the last point which you have mentioned, I would just like to reiterate that point, that there are certain things for which collaboration is must. If we stop fighting for the petty issues and we start collaborating for some bigger issues, for some huge explorations, and then what will happen? The different minds will sit together with the different demographic locations, with the different sets of backgrounds, and with the different expertise. Then definitely the things which seems to be near impossible, maybe at least the people will start seeing some silver lining into those areas as well. So collaboration is a very good word. And for you kids as well, that's a suggestion, that's a point from my side, which you are telling about the interstellar travel, that collaboration is must. So the same thing applies to you kids as well. If anything you find it's getting super duper difficult and you are feeling, just give up to that thing. Maybe it's some question, some assignment, or some anything. And if you are just having this collaborative approach, so definitely you can solve, I believe, n number of things in a lesser amount of time. That is my experience. So that was great discussion, Athar. And I'm just thankful to you so that you bring out this specific topic to this forum for the discussion, because it needs a lot of courage to speak about such kind of topics. The student feels so comfortable in speaking non-scientific topics, but speaking that much technical topic, and that too on the live on such kind of platforms, is really commendable. So my best wishes goes to you, Athar, and all the best for your near future. I'm looking forward to have so many discussions on so many topics with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and thank you for giving me this opportunity.
That's my
Yeah.
pleasure.
It
Always.
was really
Always.
fun.
Yeah, I also enjoyed a lot this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.